Here's to you, dear listeners, and welcome back to another episode of Metal Gear Monday's Revengeance, where you can find some of your favorite conversations around Metal Gear and Kojima-related content delivered to you through tactical podcast action. Now, this is our listener response episode, so I don't have any fun copy for all of us because it's a very weird time, so we're just going to let our hair down. We're in jammies, right? We got our I have hot cocoa. I don't know about you guys, but so Tori Cortez, what are you drinking tonight?
Why, I'm drinking a Boulevard Brewing Company Space Camper Cosmic IPA.
Nice. Oh, I like that artwork too.
Yeah, it's pretty legit. It's one of my favy IPAs.
A favy. It's a favy IPA.
Mm-hmm.
And the man in the red, who needs no introduction, Mr. Chris Hampton. What are you having tonight?
I'm having a cold hard can of truth.
Oh boy. That doesn't sound as tasty as mine.
Is that on the rocks?
No, it's Truth IPA from Rheingeist.
Oh, good.
Boy.
Okay.
And I will be finishing up my last of the Pump Queen, a Bonesaw Brewing, which is out of New Jersey, and it's a delicious pumpkin cream ale. So crisp.
So fresh.
So.
Don't you know I'm so sexy?
Anyway, so what's nice is this is a listener response episode, so we're not really tied to any particular content other than we're probably going to talk a lot about Metal Gear Solid 3, since this is our listener ep for Metal Gear Solid 3 season. So how do you guys want to do this? So we have a few things. Obviously, we catered our beefy babies so we can bring these out. Do we want to kind of go in a circle? Does anybody have a favorite one they might want to read where it sort of spoke to them? I would probably say that Alex's would probably be mine, only because he brings my name up as far as a question. So maybe it's worth me reading that one.
All right.
Yeah, you take that one.
So you guys cool with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we roll in, though, Miss Tori, do you have a patron shout out? Because I still consider this a mainline episode.
Yes, of course. I came prepared. Maybe one last time, you guys. We'll see. How's that? Is that pretty good?
It's good. It
right.
sounds great. Yeah.
It's good.
And then
It's a good way to end this Asmer. Asmer?
Yes.
Asmer? Is that how you
Asmer.
pronounce it?
It's undoubtedly Asmer, yeah.
Asmer. MGM Asmer.
Hey, everyone out there. We know things have been super stressful, and everybody just kind of needs a break and a little bit of relaxation, so this one's for you. And our patron is... Let me just come in at you real hot after that nice Asmer. I just thought that would be appropriate. Hang on, I'm stalling for time. I'm stalling to bring up.
You want to get all the facts straight?
Well, because I want to make sure I didn't already call this name. And I didn't. It's Ben Lewis. Ben Lewis.
Hey, what's up, Ben?
Come on down. It's The Price is Right.
Yes.
You just don't hear the Price is Right theme as often as
I
think
grew up
we
on
should.
that shit.
Yeah. You know what? Everybody hears the bum bum ba bum. That's what everybody remembers. They don't remember the happy one that much, at least, in my opinion. But what's up, Ben?
Well,
You're the man. How long
Ben
has
Lewis,
he been a member?
Yeah, he's been with us since April of 2019, so going strong at a year and a half, just about.
Yeah, man. Well, dude, thanks, Ben.
What a
You're
year
the
it's
man.
been, too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God.
What a year it's
Thanks, Ben.
Maybe poised for change. Maybe.
What a year it's Ben Lewis, patron of the week.
Is
That's
to
awesome,
you, Ben Lewis.
Yes.
Art.
The patrons picked. I would love to do that at the end. Oh, my God.
I mean,
So you're the
possible.
man, dude. You're the man, Ben. Please keep it up. We appreciate everything from our patrons. You guys are awesome, and it really makes it easy to make this show and keep it on time. And I'm happy that we get to make our commitments to our patrons, which is very, very fun. So
Oh, the man now, dog. Sorry, I had to get
I'm
that
going
in there.
to. It's totally fine. I'm going to start with Alex, who has sent in. He is I didn't realize he was more of a recent patron for some reason. How Alex sort of it is part of our Patreon and our Discord. He is, a great member in my eyes, and I'm sure you both agree. So, from Alex, hey MGM crew, been a listener since about a month before the Revengeance rebrand, and the Patreon supporter right after the rebrand. And I've had a lot of fun listening and being a part of the MGM Discord. He puts in parentheses, which is only $1 a month to join. Wink, wink. Being a part of this community has made a bigger impact on me than I ever would have thought, and has already got me through a really tough spot. And for that, I thank you all dearly.
No.
That was nice of him. Hearing the adventures of Perfect Stealth Tori, God Gamer Warren, definitely didn't call myself that, and Boomstick Billy, also known as Chris,
Sick Billy, what?
has made
Oh my God.
for a refreshing look on one of my favorite games of all time, Metal Gear Solid 3. Actually, I do have a question for Warren. I know you're a self-proclaimed lover of video game soundtracks, and I was wondering, what are your thoughts on MGS3's OST, and how does it rank in my favorites? I'll finish reading, and then I'll get back to it. So, always love to listen to your exploits through video games, whether it be Metal Gear Solid, Oxenfree, or whatever may come out next. Thank you all in the crew and in the Discord for being a welcoming and kind bunch of people full of lovers of this incredible franchise, even in these tumultuous and uncertain times. Good luck on your future endeavors in MGM and in your personal horizon. Much love and respect. Phase Gaffigidities, Alex H. So, thank you, Alex. You are the man. Here's what I'll say. Metal Gear Solid 3's soundtrack. So, what's interesting with Metal Gear Solid to me is there's usually one or two tracks from each game that usually stand out. And MGS3 was the first one to really have like a ballad, I guess you would say. And when we talked about the ending of the game, that Star Sailor Way to Fall track, it's one of the best implementations of that sort of ballad song with what, like, it's so obvious, the music, like it's, like when you're watching a scary movie and it's like the song is about being scared kind of a thing, but it's so well done to get the emotion that you want that it is a perfect implementation, and it clearly makes that ending of the game, it elevates it a whole nother level, which is already like a +1 for me. I was talking with Chris before pre-show, the caution music, and I just love, I've definitely called it out as we were doing it, but I was trying not to make this a Metal Gear Solid 3 soundtrack podcast. But I love the reverby, just like real plucky, like slapback style guitar that they have. Yeah, it's so good. And that motif, even in the heavier stuff later, that motif is still in there. It just doesn't have as much of that slapback or that just like real wet, like you can hear it plucking. But it's that right there. So when it comes to a Metal Gear game, you have caution music, you have your opening title, which I don't think anything technically touches Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater's Snake Eater, right? Like that's probably the best as far as, I can't believe they did it and wrote that song for this game. And then I love, the track is called CQC. It's basically the menu music, which my favorite of the Metal Gear 1 games, which was like my biggest one where I started paying attention to music. I was a teenager. Outside of like Psycho Mantis's music and that opening track of MGS1, and it's just like random noises, but it's like, it's got its own syncopation, it's got cool tempo, but this has like such a great like menu music when you're not listening to the Snake Eater version of it. So for it to hit all of that, it's weird that I never really talk about Metal Gear Solid soundtracks when I talk about like best soundtracks of all time. I think it's because they have so many, and I love like maybe 30% of them, and they're that good. But I'd probably say, I think that's my problem. It's probably my second favorite. I still think Metal Gear Solid 1 has the better soundtrack, because we've talked when we were doing a little peek behind the curtains, guys. We're doing a Portable Ops prep work now, and I love the chanting, where it's just like Yeah. I just love that stuff. So that's like that's like classic MGS to me, whereas this is sort of the evolution of it moving forward. And I generally love the original more often than not in any franchise. So hopefully that answers your question, Alex. It's a big one though. MGS3 is dope and has amazing music. And now I will stop talking. How do you guys feel about the OST?
Meh. Pretty good.
What?
I mean, is it my favorite Metal Gear Solid soundtrack? No.
Okay. Am I allowed to ask it your favorite?
I suppose, peasant, you may approach me.
Yes.
Such a question.
You do have a giant
cool
turkey.
vibe.
You have a giant turkey leg in your hand, and it's just like you're just smearing it. People feeding you hand fruits.
Yes. What was it? Anyway, yeah, I would say 5, probably my favorite soundtrack. Just because it has a better use of motif, I think. Also, 4 has a really good soundtrack. It's really thematic. Especially the parts. It's like really nice.
Yes,
and
I agree.
Let's see. So this is in order, I guess. 5 is my favorite. 4 is my second favorite. And the one that I think is the most slept on is 2.
Yes.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All that
that's
acid jazz shit is so good.
And he did that's the guy that did The Rock, right? The movie The Rock.
Yeah.
Like it's literally that guy that did that OST. Yeah, I know. That's stuff. They're good. Like there's no one that really stands out as like, all right, this just is a low hanging fruit. It's just not a good soundtrack. Yeah, I'm excited to get to 5 and 4 now. I don't remember. I'm just admitting it right now. I don't remember shit about 5. Like every time we start to talk about it, I'm like, yeah, I think that happened in that game. I don't remember. I really don't. I mean, I guess it's a tease. What about you, Tori, when it comes to soundtracks, though? Do you agree with Chris, me, yourself?
I agree with myself to begin
good.
with.
It's good to know.
I was going to say before addressing that question that anytime I'm in a tense situation or just, in the mood for some chaotic music, I guess, Yell Dead Cell is at the top of my brain.
Ooh,
It's
that's a good one.
Ooh.
It just always lives somewhere in the chaotic side of me. And it's a good one to hear. I think MGS2 ranks up there, and I think. Oh,
I like
go ahead.
Well, yeah. Do you like the Arms Depot music? That's probably my favorite track. Is the Arms
I would have to
Depot
refresh
track.
myself with that.
Yeah.
Let me get back to you on that once I hear a little bit of it. Arms
Sure.
Depot.
There's some. Oh man, there's gonna be a time where we're gonna do like the offset, but still Metal Gear stuff. Like we're gonna probably talk our favorite music, our favorite boss fights. You know what I mean? Like, we can't hear it, just to let everybody know. But she is jamming right now.
Arms
Tori is.
Depot. Arms Depot.
She
solid.
is
Yeah.
vibing.
Arms Depot just vibes.
Yeah, it does.
yeah.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah, I want to say MGS2 is probably really up there, followed very closely by MGS1 and then maybe MGS3. I say MGS1 over MGS3 because I really think it's more about the sound design in general for me with MGS1. I think it adds a lot to the original soundtrack. And I tend to couple those together when I think about my Sonic experience with MGS1. So that one I think will always be right behind MGS2 for me. And then MGS3 just has some songs that I love to belt out. I love the soundtrack for it. The soundtrack for a different reason.
Sure. I still get it. Like that ending though. Like when I remember when I was playing it for the show, we were dropping it in the Discord and I just was like, it was I made it just a screenshot because I wasn't going to do like the whole video of it, but it was the moment like they are belting out That Way to Fall. And you just see, it's like the last shot where he's like standing up and saluting. And I was like, this fucking moment right here, like right here. doesn't get any better. I don't think it gets better in any MGS game. It's crazy, like how good, like that Sonic 10 seconds of just everything going on. It's fucking bananas how good that is.
That was a really, really solid song to end the game with. I think they did a great job with opening the game and ending the game music-wise.
I'll second that.
Yeah, big time. And yeah, and then to piggyback off your MGS1 thing, when it comes to like the Sonic experience, when they show it in the game, so when we hear what we now learn is Psycho Mantis's like theme, right? Mm-hmm. So without getting too heady or whatever, there's like diegetic sound and non-diegetic sound. So it's like, is it the score of the video game, or is it something that also the players of the game, like the actual characters in the game, can hear in it as well? When you learn that Snake is also hearing the music we hear because it's Psycho Mantis starting to have a grasp on your mind because he's a telepath and telekinetic like that, 12-year-old Warren lost his fucking mind. I was like, holy shit, are you serious? Like, am I controlled? I can hear it too. Like, it was not good. It got me big time.
That's fun.
So yeah, that's great. Mind control, guys. Mind control in your teens. That's great. So that's mine. Alex, thanks a ton, dude. I honestly had no clue you were that new of a member. And keep on keeping on, man. You're the fucking best. And we'll be chatting, and we're doing the new monthly game club. So stay active, bro. All right, we got a few more in there. So if you want to go next, Chris, you got a fave out of the ones we have here?
Oh, maybe I'll take old Seamus if no one else wants to take a crack.
I kind of thought you might.
Yeah. We
have notes here, guys, and Seamus is half of the notes.
Thanks, Seamus.
Yeah, Seamus Moose is the man. You're the fucking best, dude.
Got
Please
a lot
keep
to
it
say.
up.
So, Seamus, how you doing? So Seamus writes, "Here's to you, dear podcasters. I'm writing to you on a sunny North Carolina Friday. I hope this email is both entertaining and thought-provoking. Metal Gear Solid 3 was released my sophomore year of high school. It was both my most anticipated and most played game of my high school years. This enthusiasm coalesced itself within my life as a series of actions and habits that would put anyone's most cringe-inducing nerd anecdotes to shame. Alas, no regrets, spelled like the meme." That's an editor's note.
I kept it. I wasn't gonna fix anybody's.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
We do not censor here at the Metal Gear Mondays Revengeance Show. Continuing, Jameis writes, "At the time, I was very into paintball and played about once a month or so, a lot for a country boy with limited funds. However, I basically cosplayed as Naked Snake during paintball matches. Pistol belt, web gear, face paint and all. The only redeeming factor was that I was actually good at paintball. Hashtag, you don't have what it takes to kill me."
Fuck yeah. You don't have what it takes to kill me.
However, this cosplay spread into my time in Boy Scouts, where I earned the Wilderness Survival Merit Badge and took to survival camping often, freaking dressed as Snake.
Nice.
That's amazing.
That's so badass.
Oh my God. I'm so jealous, Moose.
Are we cringing yet?
No. No.
This
Well,
is
I feel
that is
happier for
our-
knowing you.
Oh my God. This is awesome.
That was our Blunder Year story. Some play hard to get. I played hard to want.
That's fan. Oh my God.
I like that. I like.
Dude,
I'm
Muse is the
taking that
best.
one. I like that.
That is awesome.
While I could go into how great the game was gameplay wise, how awesome it was to play as Big Boss in his younger years, and talk about how much time I spent playing the game, I figured those things have been touched on quite a bit, so I kind of want to directly get into one single point, where the aspect of Metal Gear Solid 3 fits within the philosophy as Metal Gear as a whole. It seems that Metal Gear is always commenting on the motivations and inner life of a warrior, fighting for what you believe in versus following orders. As the first game, chronologically, I believe it's no coincidence that all the characters enter into battle with distinct emotions. Whereas in Metal Gear Solid 4, soldiers are literally given nanomachines, so they have no motions at all. The middle ground between these two emotional existences of soldiers is Gray Fox, human, half machine, but still able to think and feel for himself, acting under his own volition to help Solid Snake. The Cobra unit brings up that Naked Snake has not yet found an emotion to carry into battle, and to my memory, I don't remember them ever saying he found one.
That's correct.
Is that a purposely open-ended narrative, possibly? Also, the boss no longer really went by the Joy. Does that mean she no longer entered combat with Joy? Either way, the emotion that Snake chose to bring into battle is never really touched on, and he possibly may have never found one. Just a thought. You know, that is a good thought.
Yeah. Do we want to tackle that real quick before you move on? Because he does have a couple more.
Yeah.
He's totally
in the middle
right
here, so let's take a little pause.
Yeah, he's totally right. And I think narratively, the boss no longer going by the Joy.
Mm-hmm.
She, like I said, we had talked about it on like episode 1, where she really does sort of lay out her plan almost instantly, like right after when you start to get out of the Virtuous mission and you re-enter in Operation Snake Eater, and she sees you on that horse. She takes out the gun, blows up your drone, breaks your hand. She basically says what the hell's going on. And she does say that the enemy, your favorite line, Chris, that backwards and front from playing the Virtuous mission 17 times for the show.
Yeah. I did like a micro study on the Virtuous mission and quickly realized that I could not keep up that level of scrutiny for the rest of the game.
That'll happen.
Shotgun Willie.
Yeah, exactly. But I totally agree. I think open-ended narratively for Big Boss is like obvious. I think that's the intent, was that the game ends that he's given his purpose, but he isn't. Yeah. That's not his purpose. Like, he hasn't chosen to do that, and that's why he doesn't know what to fight for. He fights for the people that need him, not because of duty or country. Like, that's how he feels, which is literally open-ended. How do you feel about that, Tori? You agree?
I do agree. I don't think there's much more to expand on there. Just he's a soldier first and foremost. First and foremost, and he seems like, I said there's not much more to say, and then I continued talking. He doesn't really seem to have time for emotions. He doesn't seem to want to have anything to do with them. So I think that was a very deliberate choice on behalf of the writers, Sure. And as far as the boss goes, not going by the Joy, I think that is also intentional, because when she takes up this mission, she does so knowing that she's going to betray everything and everyone that she's ever fought for. And who could go into a mission like that with joy?
Yeah. Agreed. Totally agree.
Yeah.
Would you like to continue, Chris?
Well, I would just add that, like, it's almost symbolic. Like, at the end of MGS3, we leave Big Boss doing the salute, which...
Big old crocodile tear rolling down his face.
That shot is, I'll say it 100 times. That shot is so fucking good. It's so good.
And in a series known for, like, exclamation marks, that seems to be a big question mark right at the end,
Mm-hmm.
So,
oh, well said.
Yeah. I like that.
So let's get back to Seamus's letter here, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right. Seamus continues here. I've also had an idea on the back of my head that Ocelot kind of represents the ever-changing moral compass of the West, whereas in every game he assumes whatever role he needs in order to keep himself in some position of power. The cowboy is a caricature of how other nations see America. Also, just a random thought I wanted to throw out for your entertainment. I could write forever about my own theories, general enjoyment, and anecdotes of playing the game in the past, but mostly I just wanted to say thank you for your coverage of this game. I love you so very... Wait, I love you so much.
I thought he was saying he loved the game, and I realized he means us.
Yeah.
Maybe he did mean the game, and
Freudian
that
slip, baby. You're
Yeah,
living with it
yeah,
now.
we'll
It's
take it.
recorded.
We're living
It's
with it
recorded,
now,
Seamus.
you love us so
We don't
much. That's so
we don't
sweet.
edit notes, man.
We love
don't
you
edit notes.
too. You know, it is quite a crazy time in the world, and it's nice to be able to know that on Mondays there will be something to listen to besides the news. And I look forward to the Mondays to come. I should be playing through the games along with the show in the future, and I should be playing. Oh wait, I think that's a double sentence here. Yep. I should be playing through the games along with the show in the future, and I look forward to doing so. I'll try to take some notes and write some more detailed emails. Otherwise, you'll see me on the Discord shit posting memes and making Metal Gear jokes.
My man.
Thank you, Jameis Moose. P.S. I invite everyone to cosplay as Granin during the election by putting on our best shoes and getting fucking hammered and talking shit about Russia. Sit here and drink this crap. I quit drinking a couple of months ago, so you guys are going to have one for me.
And we made sure
Well,
that we will.
We are.
Here we are on election night and having a couple of drinks, and I guess we'll either wake up and regret this one way or another in the morning.
Agreed.
Undoubtedly.
So yeah, you know what? Here I'll clink the webcam. Here's
Clink.
to you, Moose. Crisp. What was that, bro?
I was going to say something, and then I decided against it, and I'm definitely editing that out.
Oh,
right.
come on. You got to keep it. So here's what I'll do, Tori. Since I have a shorter one, I'll then let you read Jason's. So that way you have some meaty stuff. Sound like a plan?
I mean, yeah, I was going to read Jason's anyway, but...
Well, no, I want you to read Jason's regardless. It's just when you would have read Jason's.
Oh, gotcha.
Only because I had particularly talked to Aaron. So I'll say Aaron F, just in case he doesn't want his whole name being put out there. So Aaron had sent us a message during our Revengeance era, but he is through episode 46 at the time. So he sent, I love Metal Gear Mondays podcast, definitely my favorite thing to listen to right now. I found y'all by searching Metal Gear on Spotify, and here I am today. I'm on episode 46 about MG1, and I started about 2 weeks ago, so let's see how long it takes me to catch up. I played Metal Gear Solids 1 through 5, Peace Walker, and Rising. I need to get my hands on a Vita or a PSP to play Acid and Portable Ops, and I'd like to find Ghost Babel too. I've been playing Metal Gear since I was very young, loved it ever since. In the recent months, I've got back into it and really dove into the plot and figured everything out, and holy shit, Kojima. Needless to say, Metal Gear is my favorite game series of all time, and the Twin fucking Snakes is the best game in the whole series. Don't at me.
Twin fucking snakes.
That's what he says. You guys are funny as shit and know your Metal Gear, except our shy guy, of course, which he's obviously talking about, Mr. Isaac Lim.
Oh, Isaac.
Anyways, I love to hear you guys read this on the podcast when I catch up. So I had sent him like, hey man, this is Warren from the Revengeance crew. You got a long way to go, but stuff has changed over the years. So I just want to give you a heads up. We're going to read it when we get to it, but it won't be probably who you were writing this for. But I wanted to let you know that, we appreciate the feedback and I'm going to read it out. So he made sure to respond to me. And let me get him in there real quick.
Oh, nice. I was going to say, this guy's in for a huge surprise when he hears this.
Yeah, so I just sent him out like, hey man, we're definitely gonna read your thing out. So I just wanted to let you know if you wanted to maybe chime back in. But you don't have to ask a question, just let's get your stuff out on the air. So he literally said, like, I didn't realize I sent it to you guys in the middle of a reboot. However, it's a whole new cast. He did manage to listen to some of the newer episodes since it's Metal Gear Solid 3, which he had already gotten through, so no spoilers for him. And he says, got through the newer episodes, and I love y'all's work. Keep it up, and I can never get enough Metal Gear talk. So we still have, we're going to keep Aaron as he keeps getting to the Revengeance crew, which I'm very excited for.
You're ours now, Aaron.
Yes. So Aaron, you're the man. Aaron F. I appreciate it. Like I said, I did tell you, it was about a month ago, but I said I was going to read it, and I made sure to keep my promise, my dude.
We did it.
Yay.
Well, Warren did it.
Huzzah.
There's nothing quite like the rich smell and mellow flavor of a cigar. And that thick, luxurious smoke is almost sensual when it...
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, we're all going to play on our PSPs that we all went out and
That
shopped
we
for
all
together.
definitely have.
We all shopped for it together.
Portable Ops Edition PSP. Go. Whatever.
Hand painted it myself.
I'm just
Now,
going to
Tori.
put some some random clip of something during that part where I said
a surveillance camera.
a surveillance
Behind
camera.
Just put random snake quotes over all the shit you don't. That's our like censor. It's just random snake quotes.
Yeah, I think
I'll take it.
this one's gonna be fun to edit. All right,
A surveillance.
go me. Metal Gear.
If you'd like, Metal Gear.
Yeah,
would
I
you
would
like to read Mr. Jason Ajiji? That's what I'm gonna start
One more
calling him.
time?
I know how to say it.
Jason
I know how to say
CZ.
it. Jason Ajiji is how I'm gonna say his last name from now on.
This poor guy's had his
So now-
name butchered multiple
Well,
times.
he at least knows we know how to say it right because we said it right on a podcast before. So I know how to say Zarniak, or Zarniak is how he asked it to be
yeah.
pronounced. So it's Zarniak, but it's going to be Jason Ajiji is how I'm going to say it for the foreseeable future.
Jason brings the zhuzh to the show. Hey, MGM. I want to start by congratulating you all on the new version of the podcast. It's never easy making
Thanks,
big
man.
changes. Yeah, thanks. But it's definitely paying off. Thanks again. Nice of you to say. That's me, obviously. It's my note. I can see how much time and effort you have all devoted so we get to enjoy this show. The level of detail that's been added with the story breakdowns, character analysis, and Chris's Russian lessons go to show that there is always something new to learn about the Metal Gear series.
Yes.
One amazing thing I found out this season was that the translation of Chorny Prude. Did I do that okay? Was that all right?
Yeah, Charny
Yeah.
Prude. Yeah, I believe that's correct.
All right.
All right, Johnny Prude.
Black Pond/river is identical to my last name, Zarniak, which we all know how. Zarniak, he says in
Yep.
parentheses.
If that helps with a little winky face.
It sure does. Thank you for the phonetic
thanks, man.
pronunciation. We need that here. We dum-dums. Maybe just one of us. Anyway, I still
Oh, no,
remember
I am
when
too.
this game was first announced. I was a freshman in high school and already a diehard MGS fan. I was also really into Vietnam movies like Platoon and Apocalypse Now. So you can imagine
Mm-hmm.
how excited I was when I heard they were making Metal Gear. Oh man, that's hilarious. Metal Gear.
Yes.
Metal Gear in the Jungle. I printed out every screenshot that was released and hung them on my bedroom wall. I pre-ordered it at my local Blockbuster as soon as I could, and paid it off $1 at a time whenever I had
Fuck yeah, dude.
had a sore buck or two. I don't know that I've heard that before.
Hey, now we got a new saying.
That's pretty cool. I was hyped for this game, he says. Also, you'll never hear a more dated sentence than I pre-ordered it at my local Blockbuster.
Go Blockbuster. That's so true. That's so true.
Unfortunately, because of all that hype, the game wound up not living up to my expectations. Wah, wah.
No.
What a
I
bummer.
just expected something a bit different. I was also a little disappointed by how short it was. I stayed up all night and finished the entire game in one sitting. Over the years, I've come to accept that my disappointment was my own doing and to appreciate it for what it is. That's the stuff we wanted to hear, Jason. There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to unpack this after you're done reading it because that's crazy.
This is the easiest game in the series to get the Platinum Trophy, as there are no difficulty-related trophies, allowing you to do everything in easy mode. This time around, I've had my wife, Allie, sitting next to me, watching my playthrough. She insists that I exclusively use the naked camo the entire time, so my run is turning out more like Chris's. No stealth and no mercy. That's why he got, Boomstick Billy
Boomstick Billy. Yep.
as a nickname. I think that one's
That's
got
amazing.
a stick, Chris. I like that one a lot.
BB. It's our BB.
Oh,
I'm
no.
the BB.
You're our BB, Chris.
no.
You're Boomstick Billy. You're our BB.
I'm not BB.
May as well call you Lou.
Yep.
Here are a few highlights from my playthrough.
Oh yeah, I want to hear these. These are great.
There is a graphical glitch that shows an arrow sticking out of Snake's chest after fighting the fear. It is unseen in the survival viewer, so it can't be removed, but is visible in every cutscene. Kind of annoying and breaks the immersion. This also happened the very first time I played the game. Oh god, that would have been a trip.
So we brought that up in the Fear episode. Speedrunners do like the bolt run. Like how many crossbow bolts can you get stuck in your body? Because if you don't take them out during the fight, they never leave again. So I don't know. I kind of like that personally, Jason, but I could see a little bit of immersion breaking. So I'll give you that.
Especially if it's happening at your first playthrough.
Yeah, that's true.
It's one thing to find that later as kind of an Easter egg, but anyway, let's see. I showed no respect for the end as I defeated him with the pistol at long range. Legendary sniper my ass.
Damn, a pistol at long range?
That's
Legendary
hard.
sniper my ass.
I didn't realize Jason was a fucking hitman. Fucking mercenary. We got a merc. We got a merc in our Discord.
Jason says also, I escaped from jail by opening the survival viewer and spinning Snake in circles a bunch of times until he vomits. Johnny, the guard Johnny, in case anybody forgets, Johnny felt bad and opened the cell to check on me. Then I stabbed him with a fork. Oh, man. Ruthless to Johnny, too. Jesus.
That is kind of that was how I did it my first time, too, though. Was like, the fork is here for a reason, right? Use it to eat the rats and to stab Johnny.
Anything.
Johnny's got a kid, man.
Johnny's got
cold.
a kid back home in America. He's going to grow up one day and have
Shit
a
his
baby with
pants.
Meryl.
Yep.
Shit his pants successively.
Long line of Johnnies.
Okay. And then Jason ends with, can't wait to hear you get in depth with Portable Ops next. I'm also looking forward to the future Peace Walker season. I'll be available for any and all who need a co-op partner, which I'm just going to go ahead and say right now, Jason, I'm going to be hitting you up. So yeah, just look out for that. Here's to you, Jason Chorney Prude.
Yeah. So, yeah, dude. So, Jason, two things. First off, yes, I cannot wait for Portable Ops and Peace Walker in general. They seem to be sort of the forgotten Metal Gears when it comes to at least breakdowns or trying to actually extrapolate something fun out of it. Like they sort of get passed by because Portable Ops isn't technically canon, even though Kojima's sort of like, yeah, it's good enough. I'll allow it, but I didn't make it. I'm excited for that. Yeah, co-op partner, dope. I gotta say though, man, we're gonna chat later here, but I want to know. I am going to question on how my experience with Metal Gear Solid 3 is the literal opposite of his. Now, I was considerably older, I would say. I was a junior in college when this game came out. So that's, almost, I think it's like 6 or 7 years older than him. But as far as the game itself, and I didn't feel the length being short. The fact that he beat it in one night is incredible. That was not my experience. But I remember being blown away by this game and getting MGS 1 vibes with a new setting, better graphics, all that stuff. I was floored by this game, how great it was. So it's such a bummer, man, that obviously you've grown to understand why it's either considered good or bad and you get your own feelings, which is great. It's just crazy that it's hype, man. Yeah, hype is going to knock you down a lot. I don't know if I've ever been hyped for anything and it's lived up to it. Really. So maybe that's a life lesson I had at the time. But yeah, I got to say, man, I loved MGS3 when it came out. Like, loved it. Played it multiple times. Like, my girlfriend at the time was legitimately into it, and she would never play that kind of a game. But she was like checking the artwork and the book, and it was awesome. Man, that's such a bummer. That's such a bummer, man. But I got to say, thanks for all you do with our Discord and our show and everything, man. You're dope. You're great,
Jason.
and your wife seems awesome as well. And she cracks me. Her commentary on your playthroughs, man, is some of the funniest shit. Because she's like, "What? Who? Oh, that one? Yeah, kill it." I'm like, okay. I love it. Allie's the best.
Yeah, Jason, he's definitely a pillar of our Discord community. So
Hell yeah.
keep on keeping on.
I love how many Death Stranding moments we've already had. Psych,
go
our next
back
season
and
is Death
forth.
Stranding 2.0.
Yeah.
Sometimes I
no.
miss playing that game, to be real with you.
You miss it?
Sometimes I do. I
Yeah.
don't know if it's like Stockholm syndrome or something.
Yeah.
You know,
But
it would
sometimes I miss
actually
playing it.
be a pretty
we-
good game
yeah.
to turn on tonight if you just
Can-
need a
can
relaxing
we-
trek.
Can we take a quick Death Stranding detour for a second? Can we do a quick DSD? Can we do that?
DSD?
Yeah, because Chris, I kind of agree with you. I miss playing Death Stranding a little bit. I miss the topography. Like I miss like tracking weather. I legitimately miss. There's a lot of stuff in that game where I'm like, again, it's like some of the stuff we talk about. Like there's some really good shit. Like
it's a game of exquisite details.
I know.
If only there was something to tie it all together, that was good.
Like a rope?
Like a strand, maybe.
I'm on the last strand. My final strand.
But I got it. Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know. Maybe we'll sneak that in or something. Maybe we'll get, because I don't know if Tori did before we were hosts. Did we like? I know I threw my thoughts out on Death Stranding, but it certainly wasn't very detailed. It was more like I like the characters, I like the atmosphere. I wish there wasn't licensed music that was hard to get your hands on.
Right.
As far as like you can't buy it because it's licensed to somebody else. But overall, like it was fine. Like it wasn't a bad game by any means, but I could see how it is draining on people. I don't know if I remember your thoughts on it, other than I know like initially you had started chiming in. But what was your final thoughts on Death Stranding?
Sure. I really took my time with it. So I wound up finishing the game a lot later than most of our cohorts in the Discord. So I didn't get to join in on a whole lot of the commentary that was happening like in real time. But I had the unpopular opinion, I guess, that I thought the game went really well, actually. I liked it. I popped it in here and there. Well, I say I popped it in, but it was a digital download. So I started playing, just an hour or two at a time. I'd complete a mission here and there. I also agree that I wouldn't mind going back to play some more, but only in the capacity that I finish some of those side quests that I didn't touch during my initial playthrough.
Yeah. My big problem was like we were playing it for the show and I had to rush like, okay, story beat, finish it in time to talk about it. But
yeah,
honestly, like when I got to like chapter 3, I just wanted to hang there for like a month to build roads and stuff.
That was my favorite part of the game.
And
that's kind of how
like
they set it up too.
Yeah, I feel like, if I had been playing it at the pace that I wanted to be, I would still be playing that game.
Yeah,
right
probably.
Now. I would not be done with it.
I believe that.
Yeah, man. I would turn that game on again. If not just to finish the missions I never cared to finish. So maybe we do that for a Patriot Club or something.
Yeah. So I did have, someone again, I have another person who reached out recently, but again, listening early on. So I've been trying to keep up with, hey, we're doing new stuff when you get there. If not, maybe you'll hear, your stuff brought up. So Renee A, and I hope I'm saying your name correctly. It is Rene, so it may not be. I don't see an X on it. But hey, dudes, have you seen The Last Days of Foxhound? It's a fan-made comic, and so far I've gone through MGS 1 through 3's podcast, and they all great. Good luck, and I love the show. So I had sent back. But have you guys ever looked into The Last Days of Foxhound? Have you ever heard of this?
I haven't, no.
No, I've never heard of this.
So I had heard of it, but not been, it's just not something that I've gone through because there are a lot of them. They're obviously very quick reads, but I think it's like 400, 500 issues, something like that.
Whoa.
But it's fan made, and it's about a series of, it's a lot of the stuff going on with The Last Days of Foxhound, which could make for, an interesting, again, like that off-season Metal Gear, but not Metal Gear sort of
extra
content kind of a thing. Yeah, so that might be something we could look into. So I thank you, Renee. I did hear of this before you had sent us something about that, but I certainly didn't read through all of this. There was a time where I was going through like a dark hole of anything I can get my hands on, especially pre Metal Gear Solid 5. I remember just anything I can get my hands on that was Metal Gear so I could be hyped for the game. this definitely crossed my path, but I saw it was like 500. I was like, no, I don't have time for this. And they're like from the early 2000s. So these aren't like super recent. These like started coming out like when Metal Gear Solid 3 came out.
Dude, Ocelot is drawn hilariously. I don't know what it is about this, the way Ocelot is drawn, but I love it. And is that?
I know, it's great, right?
I think I see
Really
a Sergei Gerlukovich too, maybe. I'm glancing.
Yeah.
These
There's
are
some
pretty
good ones here, though.
pretty creative looking comics. I'll have to look into those a little more. That's fun.
Yeah, so it just could be something that we could, maybe get into later. So I would say a thank you to Renee. And again, I'll reach out to you. Hopefully I don't say your name incorrectly since I haven't had a chance to learn how to pronounce it through our dialogue together. But thank you, and we're probably going to be doing something about that. Outside of that, we did have Chris Goodell, who I believe we talked to recently as well, who is super late to the party, as he claims. Just started the podcast. Favorite of his, he's about to hit the favorite of his series, Metal Gear Solid 3, and he wasn't sure if we were going to do an episode for Portable Ops. He wasn't caught up to Revengeance, but again, reached out to him. Oh, we're definitely doing Portable Ops, my dude. Chris G. We will be doing Portable Ops next season, and I guess we'll safely say there will be a teaser for season 2 sometime before the end of this year. So we'll see how long of a break we take for the holidays and things like that between seasons, but we're doing our best to keep the break as minimal as possible, but still enough time to move on and give something like Portable Ops its due, even though it is an unofficial MGS title, let's just say. So we will be doing it, and we will be doing Peace Walker as well. So I know that's been a big, if they're not part of the Discord, like, what the hell are we going to do next? Like, are we going to do the black sheep of the series? And technically, this will be the most in-depth Portable Ops that MGM has ever done. Us actually breaking it down how we are. So they have talked about it in detail to an extent, but it won't be as detailed as we have done, or at least we have planned. So we haven't recorded them yet, obviously. So you guys looking forward to Portable Ops? Moving forward?
I'm undecided about that.
Good, Chris.
I've never played Portable Ops, so it's an older game on a handheld that I'm not a super big fan of. So we'll see how I feel about it.
Your custom Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops PSP is just a little clunky. Like all the extra artwork on it just doesn't make it as clean as you'd like.
Yeah. Also, there's only one thumbstick.
Yeah, that really drives me crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I mean, I'm playing on the PSP, but still, there's only one thumbstick in the control setting. I'm like, what the heck is up with that?
Adapt to survive, man. Got to be ready for it.
There's a workaround for it. But
the single biggest bozo move that Sony ever made.
Mm-hmm.
When they released that handheld with one thumbstick, like what? Like I know Nintendo did it with the 3DS and all, but
they gave you a stylus.
You know, Nintendo's the company that made the N64 controller, so I give them a lot of leeway. I think they have a hard time figuring out what a human hand looks like. But Sony had a perfect controller design from like the PlayStation, you know? Mm-hmm. And here they come along with a PSP, and it's like, what kind of claw does my hand need to be in to hold this thing correctly?
Have you ever seen like I guess we'll call it a subreddit, but it's been all over the place when it comes to the Nintendo 64 controller in like movies and TV shows where kids or adults are playing quote unquote video games and they're just holding the ends of the 64. So they have no idea how a 64 controller works. Yeah. Have you ever seen that before?
Yeah.
It's so good. I love that stuff. And I wanted to, but I can't seem to get it to load. I didn't want to read out like the ratings that we got, but I at least wanted to shout out the people that had dropped ratings for us since we started Revengeance. And I went to click on like the ratings thing and I can't get it to open up like I did last night when we were talking about this. it's not that I wanted to read them all out or anything like that, but I at least wanted to shout out the people that had, taken the time out of their day to rate us. So maybe maybe I'll drop it in. Yeah, maybe I'll try to drop it in sometime later, because I cannot get it to pull up. So I really wanted to give you guys the thanks, because we do very much appreciate it. Like I said, we're well aware that is, not the most fun thing to do, but it does go a long way, and we appreciate it.
I got
very,
it, man.
very much.
I've got it pulled up. If you'd like.
Yes. Yeah, I just figured, like I said, you just have to say who did it, just so they get their own little shout out, because we do, I treat ratings pretty high as well. I think that's like a pretty good form of praise, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's see. Since we started this, we've got Owens QCQ. Owens QCQ. I see what you did there. That's pretty good. I like that. Left us a very nice review. Lyco Lies or Lyso Lies. It's Lyco. I'm gonna go with Lyco because it sounds better to me. Lyco Lies 2 gave us a very kind review. Oh boy, I'm just gonna butcher all these names. Tony Loyal or Tona Loyal.
Love it.
Sure, yeah, gave us a very nice review. Grand Moff Wow.
That's a great name.
And Jeff Kahn all left us very kind reviews. So thank you very much. That means a whole lot to us, coming into this with a little bit of uncertainty, and we're just doing our best out here for you guys. So it's really nice to hear some kind words,
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's where we leave off. I would say this has been as far as the podcast is concerned, a crazy year, as well as obviously in the world.
Life.
Our goal moving forward is we three and some other stuff going on to keep it rocking, get it, just get it more streamlined. We're definitely taking any sort of feedback. If there's something you want to hear or how you hear it, please reach out with that. We love getting feedback, because we're well aware that there may be ways to improve the show. We are definitely not nose deaf to that kind of stuff. Before we sign out of here and literally walk away from MGS3 as far as a game story, and we stand in the rain while Star Staler plays over us, and we just give a salute to the grave of Metal Gear Solid 3. And I'm giving it a moment of silence. I'm excited for this. I want to move forward. I like where we are, and I like how far we've come. And now we're all our own big boss.
Ooh.
And now we can take on the rest of the series.
Look at this dream team here.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, I think as we put a cap on this one, I just want to say, Warren, Tori, y'all deserve a pat on the back for what you've done, and welcome to the team.
Yes.
Thanks, Chris.
Let's hit 2021 real hard with this next season. Dude.
Real hard. Just
Yeah.
slap it into next Tuesday.
I got to show Alessio my MGM tattoo that I'm going to get, because he loves video game tattoos so much.
Oh yeah, is it gonna have Naked Snake having a slice of cheesecake with one of the monkeys from Ape Escape?
Yep. At minimum.
Minimum.
And a stamina bar across the top of it. It's going to be the whole, I'm going to go it's a whole screenshot, just probably right on my lower back, just to really show who I am, because it means a lot to me.
I love that.
So
Pixar, it didn't happen.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, I have to worry about this. So Sean Wilkins, the guy that does our artwork, who's the man, he has already reached out, and he's like, "Don't think that Ava thing you were talking about has fallen on deaf ears." And I'm like, "Oh no,
I've got
we're
it.
gonna start getting random shit."
Hey.
So we have to watch what we say, because we're gonna start getting
full
flattering
disclosure.
shit.
I've got that in my notes to work on in between seasons. So don't you worry.
Oh no, great.
Don't you worry.
Great.
It's in the works.
So yeah, so Chris,
Yep.
I want to give you and Tori a big thank you as well. First off, for even thinking of me to be on the show. But yeah, I'm excited to move forward, and I think we've started to iron out the wrinkles and just got through the change now to where we are feeling comfortable and we're able to make decisions that maybe would have been harder 3 months ago, 4 months ago than now moving forward with future stuff. And I got to say, it's exciting because there's going to be we're planning off-season stuff. Maybe we're planning stuff in addition that isn't Metal Gear related. Could be cool. So there's going to be hopefully a couple teasers coming out over the next couple months. And hopefully, if anybody listening to this likes those too, we'll link you in. They're not going to replace the MGM. They're just going to be in addition. So there's more stuff to listen to. But yeah, I appreciate this entire community big time. And especially everybody that's part of the MGM team has been like super helpful, super supportive, super nice as far as the transition, as it were. Because again, I was not planning on this in any way, shape, or form after literally a reboot has been announced. And then I'm a sub in. I'm like on the bench, like, okay, I'm sweating, I'm nervous. I don't know what I'm going to do. But I'm glad to be a part of this, and I'm looking forward to what's in the future.
You're crushing it, Warren.
Hell yeah, you are.
Yeah. While we're experiencing a moment of self-congratulation, yeah. Thanks, guys. This has been a fun season, and more importantly, thank you, listeners. Thank you, patrons. Thank you, everybody who's keeping us going. These emails were fun to read, both for the first time and on air. And we wouldn't really be doing this if it weren't for the continued interest. So thank you for supporting this reboot.
Yeah.
Cheers.
I totally agree.
Cheers to the listeners.
Yeah, you know what? Hold on. Yeah, I got to tink the webcam there.
Clink.
Cheers.
I love it. So, yeah, that's going to wrap up our MGS3 season for Metal Gear Monday's Revengeance. What I will say is, again, everybody who rates and reviews while you're listening is super appreciative, and I know it does take a lot of time out of your day, so we are very appreciative of that. You can reach out to current or previous hosts through MetalGearMondays.com. You can hit us up on Patreon at Patreon/Metal Gear Mondays. Again, for $1 a month, you can get into our Discord. We're trying to figure out how to streamline as many rewards as possible just for being a patron, and we're going to start adding some other stuff, which is really cool to sort of get more excitement around future things so that it's not just waiting for our episodes that drop. So that's going to be really fun. We can get merch at bit.ly/MGM store, and we're definitely working on coming up with newer artwork as well. So we'll keep the classic stuff, but also have some fresh stuff for the new people that drop in and for the Revengeance community.
Like Warren's body with Eva's head. No, wait, sorry. It's Warren's head with Eva's body, naturally. Naturally.
Exactly, yeah. It better be. I mean, with a body like that, I would prefer the head. Like, I'm going to be honest. Now, Chris.
Yep.
Where can people find you?
You can't find me. No.
Oh, shit.
Go away.
Oops.
He's got a map. He's got a map on screen.
Chris
He's got a map
never
on screen
existed.
with just a crudely drawn map with like crayon, and it's just like crumpled up with an X on it, and it just says "was here" WUZ here. So I don't know how else to find him.
Ron
Here
Swanson.
there be elephants and weasels.
From the north.
You can find me on Xbox, Proto Dude.
I don't know why, but I didn't expect
So,
that.
It leads out with Xbox.
If you want to play some Destiny, I mean, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to finish out this last grind before, Season of Arrivals ends and, Beyond Light starts next week. Oh my god, yeah. That DLC just dropped. It's hot, it's hot, it's hot. Yeah. I'm really into Destiny right now. It's good again. It's like almost Destiny 1 good again. And they're getting rid of all this crap content that Activision made. So, Bungie's got some cool stuff going on. If you want to play Destiny with me, hit me up. Also, just find me in the Discord. Everything else is irrelevant.
And what about you, Tori? People finding you on the internets.
You can find me mostly in the Discord. other places as well, maybe occasionally at Young Neil, YNGNEIL. I think I spelled that right. Yeah, you can find me hiding from the world inside a video game. If you're lucky, you'll know which one.
Oh yeah, true. That's a good point. So I am at Warren Minix on all the platforms. If you like gamer tags, if that's your thing, I'm Untaggable Gamer. I'm in a band, Spooky Forest. You can check out our album on Spotify. And monthly game club. So we are now going to be playing Hitman. The 2016 was the voted game for November. So we are moving past Bloodborne and Oxenfree, and we are getting into Hitman. Outside of that, guys, I raise my salute, and I give a final MGS3. Let her rip, Jack.